What is going on, everyone? My name's Boit, and I'm back with some more Age of Mythology. The Titans action spawning in the red color, playing as Ra. The red Ra goes broom. His name is SuperAfim. His opponent today in the blue color, playing as Kronos. His name is NoAtlantis. It's part of the Challengers League portion of the Champions League tournament. The map looks to be Oasis. We've got a very scary matchup here. Kronos running into Ra here, ladies and gentlemen. Absolutely huge. I love this matchup. I think this is a really, really tough one for Ra. Ra has to really figure out what they need to do here. That Ra does not get a safe gold mine in their main base. They've got this tower here that can get deconstructed at the right point at the right time. You can push your opponent off this gold mine, cause a lot of problems for them. We'll have to wait and see if NoAtlantis is going to do anything too crazy here. As the scouts moving around. Do we see the early focus? There is a build order here, which I believe that NoAtlantis has been a bit of a fan of, but he's not going for it here in this game. He didn't get the focus, and it looks like he's going for something a little bit more quick here. Making a slight mistake by this very, very slight, mind you, but every little bit matters when you go for these sort of early game build orders. But NoAtlantis going make a slight mistake, killing 2 zebras here instead of the 1. You want to be as the same with Norse. You want to be making sure, as a slight mistake happening kind of yet again, we can talk about that as well, but you want to be putting your villagers on one hunt at a time with Atlantean and with Norse, because they don't really need a drop off. Norse obviously have the moving drop off, and obviously same too to the citizens of Atlantean. The other slight mistake here was that NoAtlantis built, actually it's not really a mistake, but NoAtlantis built the manor with this villager. We could have built it with this villager before the giraffe died. This is so small, it doesn't matter. I'm just trying to give some tips here, basically. But this citizen here, if this one built the manor, you would have had a little bit more food in the end, because you didn't get the zebra here having the food decayed over on this location, if that makes any sense. So this villager could have built the manor before shooting the giraffe, and it would have been completely fine. It's very, very small. Meanwhile, over here for SuperAfim, I'm not even watching him, because he's playing Ra. And what else can you do with Ra? Ra, we see a very, very difficult spawn here. 3 zebra, 2 giraffe here for Ra. Plus he's gone for hunting dogs. A very, very difficult spawn, but very easy if you kind of understand how to do it. I've got a build order series on YouTube for Isis, and you can use this build order for Ra as well to get a decent advance time on this map. And effectively, the most important thing to do on Oasis with Egyptian is to make sure you don't overcook how many villages you put onto the zebra. You're okay with eating some goat early, and you put the majority of your food villages over onto the giraffe early. And that allows you, as we almost see an oracle getting sniped there, and that allows you to get a very clean 430 on a map like this. As we see what's happening, focus coming through here for NoAtlantis as well. Nice and early, ready to put the pressure on to this hunt over here. He knows, does he know it's here? Take a look. No, doesn't realize the hunt is here. This is a big, big problem here for NoAtlantis. You can take kind of a guess that there's hunt over there, but that's about it. We do see the Promethean offspring coming through here as the counter barracks getting dropped. The oracles are moving over into this position here, so he's got an inkling that something's happening. Let's take a look at the perspective as the unit's coming in. One little trick you can do with your oracles to spread the line of sight you can see is to spread them into spread formation. You do that by hitting Alt X as the oracles are searching around, and SuperAfim has just gotten away with murder here. NoAtlantis not using Alt X. He's not able to see too much line of sight here. He's trying to figure this one out. Atlantis just has not spotted that location. They're unlucky as the Promethean Offspring coming over here going to start trying to take down the villagers on this location as they retreat back into the main base. We do see the Oracles will be hitting the villagers off of the wood line as well here as the Promethean Offspring tanking a little bit of damage there as the villagers will be making their way back here as it seems to me that SuperAfim... Whoop! Wait, what? He's tried to... I'm not sure what he was trying to do there with the villager, but SuperAfim is losing one villager already. This tower is now going to be under attack. We do see the counter barracks getting time shifted in to that position. Lots of resources in the bank here for NoAtlantis. I mean, he's got a lot of different options here. He could go for a tower on this position as well. He's got a lot of resources in the bank to use. What is the game plan here? As the term is starting to come out, a very, very slow follow-up here from NoAtlantis. He hasn't been using his resources all too well here. As SuperAfim starting to move over onto this position and a no-care attitude here from NoAtlantis. Oh, sorry, from SuperAfim. As he's just going to move straight in and throw this town center up in the nose of NoAtlantis as he sends the Termer over here. The Wadget's already here to push these units away. The Oracles and the Promethean on the wrong side over here as this Promethean is kind of just juking his way around but does start getting shot down. And NoAtlantis does decide here, after all is said and done, just grab himself a second town center and call it a day. I like this play here from NoAtlantis. He is going to have to bring this counter barracks back home, but well, it's a delayed town center. I do think he probably could have just gone for the town center straight away instead of not. He got a little bit of damage done with his oracles. Should be happy with that. Do see the temple coming through as well. But NoAtlantis could have gone for the town center first here and then gone for the counter barracks, and he would be in a slightly better position here. But nonetheless, I like the decision here. Nonetheless, I like this decision here. It's very, very good. Solid play here. We'll see how things are going to go. This barracks now coming down for SuperAfim, playing a little bit safe. The farm's coming down into this position as well. And look at this second town center coming up for SuperAfim. He's not even getting himself the villager production here. This is one of the weaknesses of Ra and not really quite having a solid, clean build on sort of low hunt maps is that you have idle time in your town center, which really does end up mattering quite a bit. As the counter barracks just gets retreated back onto this location. See how things are going to go. As the town center is up here. So now the armory also coming through here for NoAtlantis. And look at this. Look at this game plan here from NoAtlantis. He has come in with a strategy, with an idea. He is going rear, and he is going rear fast here. That's a sub 9 minute 2-town center fast heroic here from NoAtlantis with Kronos, with a handful of units out. The big question is going to be, will he have the resources to build himself an extra, what do you call it? Behemoth here, or not? As the villagers now onto this berry bush over there. Chopping down the trees. Another counter barracks coming forward here. As the units, he needs to start building them. And maybe even the barracks here at some point wouldn't go astray. So the villagers happily sitting on the berries over there. Now there's the barracks coming down for NoAtlantis. He's going to want to swing that forward as well. Rain coming through for SuperAfim. He's gotten himself 2 Wadgets, 2 Slingers. And he has taken his time in this game completely. I love this strategy here from NoAtlantis. We'll see if it's going to work. It's going to be a difficult one as we do see the Behemoth garrisoned into the temple here. I wouldn't mind like seeing a sneaky villager just wander forward here and actually drop these buildings down instead of the time shift and then build a palace as well after all is said and done, as we do see more military buildings coming down. Obviously, you save a little bit of resource, but it does take quite a while for these buildings to get warped into this location as the units starting to push forward here caused some problems. There will be access to some Valors here on this position as well. As we do see the Behemoth coming through. Hathor coming through for SuperAfim. I think that part of NoAtlantis' strategy here is to steal a Scarab, but he can steal the Crocodile here, and he can steal a Wadjet, depending on what he feels like doing here, if he wants to wait a little bit, as the Behemoth kind of showing the cards here a little bit early. As the army looking to move forward, NoAtlantis' macro, after all is said and done, he's in a very, very good spot here. He's spending the resources beautifully. I doubt he's able to support villagers off both of these towns and as well spamming everything here. But that's not the biggest of deals here. As the Shifting Sands does come through onto this location, the Behemoth getting dragged through here as the Pharaoh is in, ready to get some good damage done. The Behemoth trying to take down some villagers here as the units pushing through here. We do see a deconstruction onto the barracks. I would have loved to see him holding on to that, knowing that Heroic Cage is on the way. As the Spearmen popping out here as well. We will be seeing villagers getting pushed off of the farms there. Still has access to some sort of a trader. Does he still have that? Yes, he does. As he does immediately steal the Patsukos for himself as the town center is getting torn down. 2 Behemoths. Will it be enough? The priests over here getting some good damage done. NoAtlantis needs to target those down here as the villagers here are going to be the target of the Patsukos, as we do see one priest getting targeted down. The town center does look like it's going to fall. And look at all those farms. That's 10 farms down the drain here as well for SuperAfim for quite some time. Not only that, the gold mine over on this side going to be a tough one here to grab if NoAtlantis has got anything to say about it in this game. Surely he's going to be looking to move over onto that side after he pushes the villagers all back. 46 villagers here. We're trying to retreat away from the units. Do we see another Behemoth coming out here? Not just yet. As the unit's going to start pushing. One of the advantages of having a Behemoth over, say, having a Scarab is that the Behemoth has got regen, as it will be getting some HP back as the unit's trying to push through. Those Archers very, very strong here. We will be seeing this Behemoth taking a lot of hits here as the Archers pushing through. The unit of NoAtlantis coming through here. He's got not quite enough resources to put a palace up, though. Imagine a sneaky palace behind this forest here to hit this. We do see one military barracks coming down there as the building is getting time shifted up to the top side of the map here. These Behemoths here, definitely NoAtlantis wants just a little bit more value out of it, especially taking down these houses, taking down this tower on this location as well. We go a long way here, and we do see these villagers for SuperAfim will be able to potentially get themselves a Migdol stronghold on the top side of the map there. As the Behemoth's about to finish off this watchtower here. They take that down so absurdly fast. Nice pullback there from NoAtlantis to keep these guys alive here. As the house is waiting, watching. Definitely worthwhile to attempt to take those out. As the barracks goes down so fast as well here as well. So Behemoths to finish off the barracks, no worries there. As the palace is coming down on this position. It's a little bit out of range, most likely from hitting that gold mine, as we do still have Migdol stronghold coming up. How far away from that deconstruction? Pretty close to having that one up. This is very, very dangerous for SuperAfim as the units are going to be sneaking through here. One Behemoth does go down as NoAtlantis is trying to move up to the top side of the map. The villagers are over here. He could move forward and steal these farms. Imagine stealing the farms here, though. Those citizens are so... Why are they around here? They were eating the baboons there. They're moving back and be grabbing the wood line over here as well, as the army of NoAtlantis is getting slightly caught out of position. As the Sling is getting some good damage done. The units on this position here ready for NoAtlantis to start building some destroyers here as he's going to get those out. We see another, well, not another Migdol, but a Siege Works coming down as Elephants coming through here. SuperAfim here. He's lost a lot of villages. The villager advantage, you'd have to say, is slightly in the favor of NoAtlantis. Only slightly here. So after all the damage is said and done, the town center getting taken down, the game is relatively equal, and we will be seeing what happens here as the temple getting time shifted over onto this location. NoAtlantis is definitely going to have some sort of a plan here. He's got his units over on this location. He needs to bring them in, as we do see Locust getting dropped in onto the citizens here. It's such a low value Locust, but it will be stopping NoAtlantis from gathering gold for quite some time here. As the unit's sitting over here, going to be able to take down those spearmen very, very nicely with the medium Arcus. This army, which NoAtlantis is building, it's got a kind of random Carabalist or anything else. You can trader the siege tower here if you so chooses. It's not a bad idea to do so. Not only can you utilize that to take down the siege works, but also you can use it in later stages of the game, as we do see the deconstruction there onto the Migdol stronghold, but also you can use it to use Vortex later in the game and put villagers inside of your Vortex Citizen and get some good value there as well. So definitely something to keep in mind for later in the game. As SuperAfim looks like he's getting pushed off of this gold mine. He's at 100 gold. We do see another Migdol stronghold coming up, but it won't be defending this gold mine in the slightest here. As the unfortunately for NoAtlantis, the Arcus are not targeting the right units here. He does pull back. He does figure that one out. We do see the destroyers coming in to start tanking the slingers on the back here as villagers getting sniped down. We do see some more walls coming up over here by NoAtlantis trying to secure the entirety of the map. He is losing out on quite a bit of economy by doing this, but it will give him some advantages. Meanwhile, the town center is back up for SuperAfim. He's taking the advantages there to make that happen as the Arcus getting some good damage done. We do see the Murmillo coming through here to try and take out the siege tower of SuperAfim as more villagers getting cleaned up. The villagers have found their way over onto this large gold mine. He's going to be changing the field of battle here, so to speak. Let's see if NoAtlantis can make this one work here, as he is. I mean, he sees how many villages are here. There's 15, so obviously putting pressure onto this location is going to be a big deal. We see fortified town centers coming through for SuperAfim. The siege tower is going to be a difficult thing to deal with here for NoAtlantis. He has to continue microing. He's right-clicked onto the war elephant, unfortunately, as those slingers. All you got to do in this position, if you're the Atlantean player, is you want to right-click, hold shift, and just click a whole bunch of these slingers. That way you don't have to think about it for a hot minute and can micro everything else. So long as that unit doesn't die, it's a good click. As the Arcus are going to be pushing the units off of this gold mine, SuperAfim has now got the gold over here secured to some degree. And yet again, we could see another palace come in, or even a time shift of this palace over onto this location here. Wouldn't be a bad idea, as we see a palace coming up over here for NoAtlantis, trying to continue putting pressure onto SuperAfim, who's, I mean, SuperAfim's sitting at 99 of 140 population. The unit's retreating back over here. He kind of has to utilize maybe towers or something. I wonder if a tower over here, watchtower upgrades, time shift the tower over into this position wouldn't be a bad idea to start harassing this gold mine. Obviously, NoAtlantis probably doesn't know that it's possible that, or know that gold mine's occupied, but he should have an inkling with the town center being grabbed over here by SuperAfim. As the siege towers coming back in onto this position to try and take down this palace. The citizen is in position, plus a whole bunch of these Murmillo are here. He's got to micro this though, as they do pop through the palace here as the siege towers retreating back. We'll see those slingers getting cleaned up nicely. The melee units very easily able to take down those siege towers. The destroyers still mostly tanking here. You kind of have to dive the slingers in if you're playing as Ra to try and take out those Arcus there. As we do see the siege tower able to start getting a little bit more damage done over here, as the palace is up on this position over here for NoAtlantis. And SuperAfim, he's still sitting, I mean, SuperAfim's sitting only at 40 villages here. NoAtlantis is keeping SuperAfim at bay here in this game. He's now got himself heavy Arcus, so those Arcus are going to do a lot of good damage from afar. He's got decent spammage here with 5 military buildings over here. We see some more military buildings coming down for NoAtlantis as well. All he needs to do is put something over here and just raid this gold mine while this is all going on. Potentially another town center wouldn't go astray, and that's exactly what NoAtlantis is doing. He's playing this game very, very well. As the cavalry comes through, going to be causing some problems for the micro of NoAtlantis. He will be pulling back. Needs an answer for that fairly soon here as well. How are the farms looking? He's got himself irrigation. He's got 5, 6, 7 farms out in his base in a very nice position here. Do I have a question in the chat? Is deleting farms legal? Answer, yes. If you send your villager on the grand trek over to your opponent's base, you can delete their farms. Fortified Town Center coming through for NoAtlantis now as well. It's a big investment here. One thing another different option that NoAtlantis could have tried here instead of grabbing the Town Center, instead of getting Fortified Town Centers, just go Mythic Age. Vortex over here, get himself Hecka Gigantes, all the good stuff. Start raiding both sides of the map. Garrison a handful of Arcus over here. Once the units retreat away, raid this gold mine, take this town center down. Be a great idea. But NoAtlantis still pushing into this position over here. Starting to get some llama caravans as well. He's got the market in a decent position over here, but he is spending all of his food here. Another temple coming up on this position to potentially make some behemoths or even some Prometheans actually wouldn't be a bad idea at this point. Just to tank and help out here. There's a little bit of a misclick coming through from NoAtlantis. Going to have to retreat back ever so slightly here. Now, the big thing for NoAtlantis is he does have this kind of town center secured, and another palace on this town center wouldn't go astray here. Just to keep SuperAfim even more at bay. He's picked off so many villages of SuperAfim that it's just a tough game for him to play. And what I love here I didn't think he was going to do that, but I was going to say what I love from NoAtlantis is he's holding on to that final trader to potentially steal a mummy or steal a Avenger here. And in that moment, SuperAfim decides to tap out. He's technically speaking still alive here, but he is completely constricted in this game in a very, very tough position to deal with. He's got a micro out of his mind here to deal with these Arcus. He's at 54 villages, but he just doesn't have anything left. And this is such a great strategy here from NoAtlantis. And here's the thing. If you're playing Kronos and you kind of struggle with dealing with Egyptian, man, Kronos is a good option for you. This is such a fantastic strategy here from NoAtlantis. Such a strong try to take out Ra, who is going to be... I mean, if the Ra player has got a clean build and can deal with this... If he has a strong build, he can kind of deal with this in a way. You can get to the heroic age at a decent time. He can defend this bush fairly decently as well, but that's how it works. But it looks like NoAtlantis gets the first win. SuperAfim in the corner here. Definitely one of the favorites to come out on top in his group, but he's down 0-1 in this game. We'll see if NoAtlantis can convert this one or not, as we've got a couple more games to go. Or game to go, who knows. If you guys are enjoying this game, please consider hitting the follow on the Twitch. If you're on the YouTube, hit that subscribe button. And I'll see you guys in the next game.